Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin, and today we're going to look at the LEGO Star Wars set that I've been most looking forward to opening. We have set number 75316, Mandalorian Starfighter. This set includes 544 pieces and retails for $59.99 in the US when it released back on August 1st of 2021. Getting started with the box art, I have to say, really nice to see the Ahsoka clone return to represent the Clone Wars. We have a pretty nice spacey background, really love the purples going on, and you also get, I guess that's Mandalore in the background. Flipping to the back of the box, you can take a look at the landing position for this ship, as well as the gaping hole that we have in the corner, which I'll talk more about. And we also get your push tabs, which I don't really like seeing on a $60 set, but whatever, we're going to open this up and take a look at the box contents. Looking at the box contents, you get a total of 4 numbered bags to build this set, in addition to your instruction booklet and your sticker sheet. Taking a quick look at this sticker sheet, we get some decals to apply to the vehicle included, and the instructions mimic the front of the box with your clone head in the corner. We also have more of a booklet, which I really love in these more expensive sets. From the very back, you get the Win Robot, as well as your piece count for a total of 2 pages, leading to an advertisement for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Hopefully that releases by the end of the year. I really have high hopes on it releasing this year. It would be very nice. We get our minifigure selections for all of the sets within this wave, including the retail exclusive releasing in September, the Mandalorian Forge, which just recently got revealed. And we have a quick shot of all of the sets for the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch shuttle also right there. Some of the summer sets from last year, which I do have reviews up for both of those if you're interested in seeing them, and I will have reviews up for both of these coming up in the future. So looking at our very first minifigure, we have Bo-Katan Crazy, who I think is probably the best minifigure of the entire summer wave. LEGO just knocked this character out of the park. We get 2 accessories being these blaster pieces, which I haven't really seen these in LEGO for quite some time, so it's pretty cool to get these guns returning in this set. We also get some pretty nice leg printing leading up from the very bottom of the feet up to the belt piece in that brown color. We also get the torso printing right there for the front of the Mandalorian armor. Really love the shining to that. Some blue hands for some gloves. We get a full dark gray look otherwise, and then we get the gunmetal gray returning again for the jetpack, which we only previously saw back in 2012 and 2013 with those Mandalorian characters, and then removing the helmet so then we can take a better look at the facial expression. We have a very nice smile from the front, and we also get an additional piece to plop on top, a hairpiece for Bo-Katan using the Nia hairpiece in that orangey color, which I believe only appeared a few other times before, so it's nice to get in this set again. We have a very nice smile from the front of Bo-Katan, and you can turn that right around to see a more angry look from the very back, and I'll just plop on the hairpiece so you can get a better look at that. And putting the helmet right back on, we get the Mandalorian helmet in blue with the printing for the front of her helmet, which looks really great in my opinion, using the little bit of dark blue and the white and the black. You can also move to the sides, where you can see we have the little holes that you can place different accessories on, where we put one of these light things or these communication sticks from the very side of her helmet. We also get another interchangeable option. If you want to, you can place one of these visor things in place if you really want to. Additionally, underneath that jetpack piece, we get some torso printing. There's a closer look at that. Very nice shine as well from the back of the torso. For our next minifigure, we have Gar Sax, and we get some very nice leg printing leading up from the bottom of the feet up to the belt piece in that black color. We get a full gunmetal gray look for the character. We get some black hands for some gloves, printing from the front of the torso, which I really love the red on this character. I think it works very well. In addition to the gunmetal gray, we get the same accessory as we see for the other 2 characters with that gun. Very nice to see that return. as well as the gunmetal gray jetpack from the back. I'll remove that in a minute. As for the facial expression, we don't get an additional hairpiece, which honestly would have been nice, but I don't think it's really necessary because, you know, I'm just going to leave the helmet on. And you can take a better look at the facial expression, which I think is very nice for the character. get a very stubborn look from the front, and no alternate facial expression, which again I think is fine. And then you can also put on the helmet, which is a new mold for this year, which they're also going to be using for the Armorer character in The Mandalorian, which I don't know if I'm going to get that set, to be honest. And you can also take a better look at the printing on the helmet and how we have these spikes, which is the main difference compared to other Mandalorian helmets. And another big difference that we see on this helmet is that we don't have the holes, so you can't put any accessories on it, which is a little disappointing, but it's fine, I guess, for what it is. Removing the jetpack, here's a closer look at the back torso printing if you were interested in seeing that as well. And lastly, for our final minifigure, we have the Mandalorian Loyalist character, who has a plain black head, so it could just be any random Mandalorian character wandering through Mandalore. Again, I really love that LEGO goes all out with the leg printing all the way from the bottom of the feet up to the belt piece in that brown color. Get a full light gray look for the character printing from the front of the torso, continuing the style from the bottom of the legs. We also get some dark gray hands for some gloves, and again those accessories of those guns returning within this set, as well as the gunmetal gray jetpack that I'll remove in a minute. Plain black head underneath the helmet, very disappointing. A lot of black heads within this current wave of LEGO Star Wars sets, especially for the Mandalorian himself, which I would have really hoped that they would have given him a face by now, but that's another topic to talk about another time. But the helmet for this character I think is really well done, again using the gunmetal gray, and you have some blue highlights and a little bit of light gray, which I think is actually really great for a regular Mandalorian character. I think that's a really great helmet piece, and I'm excited to see if they include it in any other sets in the future. Also, here's a quick look at the printing underneath the jetpack if you are interested in seeing that. With our minifigure selection out of the way, let's take a look at the Mandalorian Starfighter, which I think turned out really great. I especially love the color scheme of this set compared to the 2012 one, using a lot more of the dark blue all around, in addition to the regular light gray, dark gray that you see for these Star Wars vehicles, and even bringing in a little bit of the regular blue just to spice things up there. So starting off with the cockpit area from the front, you can see that we get 3 stickers on the main cockpit, 2 from each side, and then 1 from the very top right there. You can lift that up using the clip piece connection in order to reveal the interior, where we don't really get too much of anything exciting. We get another reuse print that we've seen many times throughout the LEGO Star Wars theme with that control panel. And then we have 2 areas to set 2 of your minifigures, either Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian Loyalist. Additionally, when placing your minifigures into the vehicle, you will want to remove their weapons as well as any accessories that you have placed on their head. So we're going to put Bo-Katan right there. We're going to lie her down a little bit, and we're going to put the Mandalorian Loyalist behind her. And another thing I might as well point out that I didn't really notice until we actually got official pictures of this thing is that we have this giant gap right there on the side. LEGO, why? This is a space vehicle. They can't breathe in space. Why is there a giant gap where the characters are supposed to be? I don't know. Again, this might have been something a little hard to fix considering they needed a little bit of space to have the minifigure's hands. As you can see, we have just that open spot to make sure that the hands can actually get in there, but it's just the only big problem with this set is that, in my opinion. Otherwise, I think it's really great. Well, actually, speaking of problems, I don't like how we have just stud guns here. Those could have been completely removed. I think it's enough that we have these rapid-fire shooters from the very side, which, you know, those are very nicely hidden, in my opinion, compared to these that are just out of their way just to be there. You can easily remove those, but then you have a bunch of studs showing. I guess you can put a tile there, and it won't interfere with the wing when you put it down. So that's an easy fix there if you want to get rid of that. But otherwise, you have these big gaping shooters from the side that you can just push to shoot a stud out into the distance, never to be found again. We get 2 extras of those. Another thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to the design of this vehicle is all of these angles. I really love how a lot of them are tiled off and sloped off from the front. It looks really nice to get the angles from the front, and also just some more pretend guns, I'm pretty sure, from the very front of the vehicle right here using those pull pieces. Another thing that you can actually do with this vehicle is that you can spin this cockpit area in a 360 direction. But speaking about the back of the vehicle before we get to the wings, we get another sticker on this slope piece from the back to show the engine area. I really love, again, a lot of the slope pieces being used for the angles, and a lot of the building techniques are really nice. You get some of those 1x3 jumper plates right there in light gray. You have another pretend gun from the back using one of these pieces, which I haven't really seen too much of recently, so that's pretty cool to get in this set in dark gray. You can see the building underneath down here where we use one of these ball joint pieces in order to get the angling from the very bottom of the ship. I think that's very nice that they were able to do that. We also get a few of these upside down slope pieces just used as the landing. So then when you actually place it down, it is floating a little bit, though it does work better when you actually have the wings up, where you can see from the side we have this Technic connection where you can actually move the wings up and down as you please. But I'm just going to leave them down for the time being. So then we can take a closer look at them. Now, the wings have a lot of really great colors, where we use a lot of the dark blues, as well as the regular blues and a little bit of the light gray, dark gray. I especially love getting some of these triangular pieces in the regular blue, and these triangular tile pieces in the dark blue, and also this piece is new for this year, or at least last year, I'm pretty sure. Another new recolor that I'm really happy to see in this set is these X-Wing wing pieces. You can see them better from the bottom. Those typical wing pieces that you see in the X-Wing sets, just recolored in that dark blue. It's pretty nice to get those in this set. We also get some more stickers on these slope pieces from the very back, and then we also have the engines using some of that translucent yellow. You can see that as well. And then we have our rapid fire shooters, which you just push down and it shoots it out into the distance, never to be found again, unless you just grab the extra right there and you can reload it. Now the last thing that I wanted to do is bring both of our wings up and put our vehicle into a landing position, making sure that both of our wings are straight up and that our cockpit is facing like that. You can see the bottoms of the wings as well, and the Technic connections and how all of that works from the very side there. When placing this vehicle into a flying formation, all you have to do is bring both of the wings down, and then you can turn the cockpit to the side, and there you go. We have our Mandalorian Starfighter in its flying position. You can also take a better look at it from the front view. And I also really like seeing it from this side compared to the other side, where you can see a lot of the upside down plates, which doesn't really work in the long run, but it's nice to see that. We get a very nice side view. If you want to keep it on display like this, I think this is probably one of the better ways to display it. Though again, I do really like displaying it when you have it like this, because I think it looks really nice when it looks like that. So overall, for $60, I don't think you can go wrong buying this set. It's one of the best sets, in my opinion, in the current summer wave. Yeah, there are a few flaws when it comes to, say, the cockpit having a giant gaping hole, and some people may not like seeing the stud shooters, or these shooters for that matter, which these are very well hidden in my opinion. Though the color scheme of this ship I think is even better than the one that we got back in 2012. You get a lot of very nice colors going on in here with the dark blues and the regular blues, and that typical light gray, dark gray that you see in all of your other Star Wars vehicles. The minifigure selection is probably my favorite of the entire summer wave as well. You get Bo-Katan, Gar Sax, and a Mandalorian loyalist, all with very nice prints all around, from the bottom of their feet up to their torsos, and even exclusive facial expressions for both Bo-Katan and Gar Sax. And the helmet prints are also really well done for Bo-Katan, and a new mold even for Gar Sax, and that we'll see also on the armorer in the Mandalorian Forge set. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to know every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!